What's going on, everybody? It's Darkstrider, and here is our final part of The Legend of Zelda, the playthrough. This is where we're going to get to the last level, and then we're going to go and battle the Master of Evil, Gannon himself. So, what we're doing now is we just left the 7th level, which, if you remember from the last video, was hidden in that little waterfall area, or in that pond, where normally you should see a fairy. But, of course, there was no fairy there. We blew the whistle, and that opened up a little staircase for you to get down there. Now, what you want to do in this case is you want to make sure that you've got everything full on. You want to make sure you've got all your gear ready. You want to make sure that you've got any potions that you need, full hearts, anything like that. And then we're going to go and discover the 8th area. The 8th dungeon is another one that's pretty well hidden. And it's one of those things that, like, I don't even know how they designed it like this. It was actually pretty amazing the way that they did that, where they really wanted to hide a lot of stuff going on. They wanted to, like, hide a lot of different things. Like, even here, there is a bush that you can burn, or a tree that you could burn, and I believe it's going to be a guy who tells you to pay him for the door. And, I think a little further down, the next screen down from there, I believe is a woman who will sell you any of the potions as long as you've got the letter again. So, right now we're heading towards the 8th dungeon. It's going to be over in this area over here, taking out a bunch of enemies while we do it. You really don't have to take out any of the enemies if you don't want to. You can really just run through this. Death Mountain itself is actually really well hidden as well. So here we go. We're in the area where the 8th dungeon will be. We're just going to take out a couple of guys and go over there, get that thing. Let's take a look at what we've got over here. The Moblins, they're actually pretty funny. Got some extra bombs there, which we could use. Although, to get to this dungeon, you don't need any bombs. There's another one where we're just going to burn a tree, and basically that's where the dungeon is. And one of the things that we've got going on for us, we have the blue ring, which is giving us a little extra of a safety net. In Gannon's dungeon, we'll find the red ring, and then that'll give us even more health options. So here we go. This is the dungeon right here, and we're going to take that down. We're going to go inside, obviously, and now we're going to locate everything that's here. This one, I believe, is the lion dungeon. It's supposed to be in the shape of a lion, and I do believe that you will find a master key here. And the master key will allow you to open up anything, any of these doors, without the need for actual keys. So where it says 4 keys right now, once I get the master key, it'll just turn into an A. And then later on the channel, the Dark Retro channel, I'll actually have the second quest. Don't know if I'll have the second quest on the main channel. The Throwback Thursdays are basically just to get everybody hyped for the Retro channel. And then, of course, the Retro channel, I show you where everything is. Now, here we go. We've got the book. This book is going to be used in conjunction with your magical rod. What it does is it will now give your magical rod, besides shooting like those Wizrobe beams, now you'll actually also be able to shoot fire. So you'll take a shot, it'll show like a Wizrobe thing, but once it crashes into an enemy, a wall, or anything like that, it'll catch fire. So that's actually a nice little thing to have going on. Now let's see, this is the other end of it. This is supposed to be like the foot of the lion. and then it goes further up. It looks like a lion's head. There's like a lion's mane and stuff. Don't even really need that key, but I just got it just so that you guys can see what's in here and whatnot. When we do the Death Mountain run, I'm just going to go straight for Gannon. Well, no, I'm not going to go straight for Gannon. I'm going to go for the 2 items that are hidden in there. One being the silver arrow, which you definitely need in order to defeat Gannon. And then the other thing being the red ring, which will, give you like some extra power. First time I beat this, I actually did it with the blue ring. I wasn't aware that the red ring was like hidden there, but it's a very straightforward and easy run, honestly. And if you really want a challenge, then try playing this game without either ring. Just go with the regular green Link and see what happens. Zelda's dress is also affected by what you're wearing. So if I beat Gannon and I have my blue gear on, then Zelda's dress will be blue. If you didn't find any of the rings, she would be green. And of course, she'll be red when I go in with and I get the red ring. And then what I'll do is on the Retro channel, I'll actually show you guys the second quest, how to get through the second quest, and what's involved, because the second quest actually is going to be pretty annoying, honestly. Everything is moved around, nothing is in the right spots, the dungeons are all different. They actually form letters now, rather than looking like an animal. I believe they actually form Zelda as her name. And the other thing that's pretty wild about this is that if you wanted to just go straight to the second quest rather than playing through the first quest, all you have to do is put your name as Zelda. Putting your name as Zelda automatically makes it so that you have the second quest. You'll know you have the second quest because instead of seeing Link, you'll actually see him with his sword held high. And that's how you know that you've got it. Here we go, let's take these guys out. Get that key, even though we're not going to need it in a little bit. It really is pretty wild, honestly, this game. I think there's a secret here, there may not be. And of course, I'm just blasting these dark nuts, the red dark nuts, with one shot, because of course I have the magical sword, a master sword. These dungeons are pretty wild, honestly. Now Goma, even though we killed him before with one shot, this one's going to take about 3. Never tried it with the silver arrow though. I really should. I should really try this where I go in and go straight to Death Mountain, get the silver arrow and the red ring, and see how well I do. That would be pretty wild. It's something to try for. It's something, to challenge yourself pretty much. I think it would be cool. Okay, let's see. I don't think you could beat Gannon, though. It's just running into Death Mountain. I think you actually do need the pieces of the Triforce in order to even attempt getting at Gannon. Although, again, that's something to try. I should definitely try that. And see if that works. See if I could actually beat Gannon. That would be pretty wild. A bunch of little things to challenge myself with, I think. That would be pretty cool. I know there are people that do challenges like that all the time, that they'll just play through and they'll you know, get to like a certain area or certain level, Spectacle Rock is an entrance to death. And he's not kidding. Spectacle Rock is actually going to be Gannon's lair. They always change this around too. Like every new game, there's a completely different layout of Hyrule. And then of course they try to explain that away. They try to explain that you know, it's like different parts of like the timeline and whatnot. Which, I mean, that would make sense, honestly. For instance, this game is supposed to take place if Link lost the fight in Ocarina of Time. If he loses, then this becomes the World of Ruin. If he wins, it becomes a different Legend of Zelda. And I know they try to walk back that, They did try to walk back the whole idea that, you know, like he's a different Link in each game, or that it's a different point of the game, a different point in the world, a different point in history, which, yeah, listen, I think that that's actually cool. I think it's like a cool thing that they did. I think it's cool that they tried to explain that away. Well, now we have the map, now we know what's what, and where everything is. Look at this. It's a secret, but it's not a secret. So wild. Alright, what's up here? Oh, I selected the wrong thing. That's not good. There we go. Bombs? Do we need bombs? We gonna blow anything out? It's a lot of, like, just wild things that you could do in this game. Well, there goes another one of these freaking Gomas. So he came out too. All these freaking fireballs flying around and stuff. Here we go, come on. Keep your eye open. There we go. Gotcha. Room full of dark nuts. This is going to be easy because I've got the Master Sword. These guys, like, evolved in the next game, too. Like, it's just pretty wild. In the next game, you actually can, like, fight them, like, hand-to-hand. And that's, like, another thing. In The Legend of Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, a lot of people did not like the game because they felt like the side-scroller thing kind of ruined it. They were more interested in seeing Link from, like, the top-down view like we see here. Which, you know, like, I always tell people, like, whenever a game is going to do well, or a series, it has to evolve. Like, there are people that don't like, you know, Assassin's Creed and the direction that it went in. But again, it's gotta evolve. Has to. Alright, so this is where we're gonna get the key. This is one of the only dungeons that has 2 of those hidden areas where you could find different things. So there we go, we've got the magic key, and as you can see, the key icon has the XA. So pretty much this is infinite now. We're able to use this key. It has no, it can't lose its value. It's constantly going to be used, and, you know, we're just going to be able to battle everything out. So now let's take this guy out, and we will go in here. And this will take us to the other side where we'll find the leader of this dungeon and take him out and get the final piece of the Triforce. I'm telling you, you could actually speedrun through this game if you wanted to. You could actually get all the way to Gannon in an hour, as long as you know where to look, what to do, and you're not, you know, like farming for rupees or anything like that, trying to get all the way to the end. Or trying to get all these other items and whatnot. I think I'm definitely going to try, though, to play a game where, like, I get to the end first. I go and I attack Gannon, and then see if, like, I can play through the rest of the game. Although I don't think that, like, I'll be able to fight Gannon. It's most likely that his dungeon is cordoned off because I don't have the Triforce. But still something interesting to try. 10th enemy has the bomb. I don't know which 10th enemy he's talking about. There we go, it's a Gliok. And this one, progressively, they gain more and more heads as you play through the game. Here we go, come on. There's one. There's two. Yeah, I think the four-headed one is the final one. I don't think they have any more heads than that. But here we go, now we have all the hearts, and here is the final piece of the Triforce. So now we've got the Triforce completed. We can go and battle Gannon. Go and take him out. So now we'll get to Death Mountain. And then, like I said, we'll go for a straight run. We'll go directly to get... we'll go directly to get him. And we'll get the silver arrow, the red ring, and then we'll go directly to him and just completely battle the guy and see what goes on. Gannon's lair is going to be close by over here, which is pretty wild. You know, the map just seems so large, and at the same time, it's very, very small. You would think that this game had, like, you know, just massive amounts of, like, property and area and stuff like that, and it really doesn't. It's actually a pretty... It's a tight map, but, you know, again, this is, you know, obviously the Nintendo area of video games. It's, you know, like, way back, that's what they could fit on the cartridge and whatnot, so... I just think it's wild, though. One of the other things that I'll be playing at some point is the Legend of Zelda Outlands, which is a ROM hack. I actually have a physical copy of it. It's actually pretty cool. And it is basically the Legend of Zelda, but everything, again, is out of place. It's not where it's supposed to be. The levels are different. The old man that you begin with the sword, he's not there. You actually have to go into a dungeon in order to find the sword, and Zelda will actually give it to you. So this is Spectacle Rock, this is Gannon's lair, and we're gonna go in. This is actually gonna be like a pretty quick finish, believe it or not. And of course the music is different here. I didn't even see that Wizrobe right there. This, again, is one of those scenarios where you want to make sure, you know, you've got full hearts, you've got full health, you've got medicine. You pretty much have one of everything that you got from the entire thing. We'll go up here. It's a lot of just wild places to, like, go through. What are these things called? I want to call them land mullers. And of course, this is one of the only creatures that only appears in Death Mountain. Alright, we'll go this way. Ah, that thing just... I don't even know what the hell I did. That thing ate my shield. Look at that. Alright. Go around here. We'll get this guy. And we'll get the last one. And I believe we're going to the silver arrow first. I keep running up so that I could change my gear so I could pull out this candle. Don't want these guys hitting it either. I want to actually just one-shot them. If they get burned by the candle, they're just gonna up and freaking split up into like the two bats. And then we're gonna have more problems here. Wizrobes, real annoying characters. They really are. There we go. Get a little bit of money for this. Switch over to the bombs. I hate those things too, those bubbles. Those things are annoying. Alright, here we go. More Wizrobes. We'll take them out. I believe this is where we'll find the compass. After we defeat them. There we go. Yep, there's the compass. Now, from here, I should go back the way I came. And again, I believe the silver arrow is what we're going to be looking for first. And then we'll find the red ring. Patra. Another enemy that this is the only spot where you'll find them. You won't find them in any other dungeon or anywhere else in the world. And I love that it was so, what do you call it? The little eyeballs that are flying, it goes all the way, like when it extends, it crosses over to the other side of the room. That was pretty wild. That is old school Nintendo right there. That and the when you had like multiple enemies and the game just would slow down. You had too many things on the screen at once. I used to love that too. That was always like really weird. It was like the game would go in slow motion. Now these guys ain't gonna be nothing. Look at this. Take them all out with just the freaking boomerang. Yeah, if there were ever any... I know that by the time we got to like the Super Nintendo, like we didn't have that problem anymore, but like they always had where you couldn't have a certain amount of characters on screen, otherwise the game would slow down. It would go almost like in slow motion, and then it would speed up after you took out an enemy or two, which I thought was pretty wild. Happens a lot on like a lot of the older games. And it was so funny too because like as I'm playing like the original Nintendo, you know, my son, he had never experienced that before, and he was like, what the hell is going on with the game? Well, that's what was going on with the game. It had too many characters on the screen. Okay, so we got the map here. So now we know where we're at. And we know that this guy is going to be in one of the eyes. Gannon. But we'll keep going. We're going to get one of these items. The worst place to have a bubble. Look at this. Again. Oh. Worst place to have a bubble is right here when you're fighting these likes and the freaking, what are they called? Those, Wizrobes. Causing major problems. Here we go. There's a secret. Another one of these bubbles while we're fighting Wizrobes. That is just annoying. Alright. Let's get in here. Oh, the red ring first. Thought it was one or the other. Well, we'll collect that. And there we go. Link is red now. And he's a little more powered. Just a little more powered. We're now able to take like a bunch more hits than normal. Which is the point of these rings, like the red ring, the blue ring. Obviously not with the just the regular green glows. You wouldn't have, you would still have the problem where they would like destroy you. So here we go. Now we'll go and get our silver arrow. And the silver arrow is needed in order to defeat Gannon. Without it, like, nothing happens to him. You'll have to keep attacking him. So definitely make sure you've got that silver arrow. All these, like, little secret areas to go through and whatnot. You know how many times, like, I actually played through this game trying to get through it and trying to figure out what's what? And what's where? I used to make tons of like these little maps myself, like all by hand. I used to like sell them to like kids at school too. That was that was the crazy part. All these kids would see me playing it and they would just be like, or they would hear about me playing it and I would tell them I know what's where and whatnot, and I would draw like these maps, these like little maps by hand. I would draw like each little tree and everything like that. Draw, you know, like it, where you would burn and like what would be there. And of course, this is all before we had like, you know, the magazines that had come out. This is well before the internet. Now you can just look all that stuff up. Back then, you just had word of mouth. You just had, you know, like your friends would tell you about like whatever secret or whatever you saw, whatever they saw. And then you would try to mimic it. It was really easy to fool people back in the day too. Like you could basically tell people whatever the heck you wanted. And you know, like they had no proof that you were wrong. Which is how that what do you call it? That rumor in Street Fighter about Shenlong. That's how that came about. It was an April Fool's joke where they said that you had to do certain things and then all of a sudden you would fight Ryu and Ken's master, Shenlong. That was a pretty wild rumor. I remember other rumors too like that. There were rumors that you know, like you have to hit a certain combination of buttons and like Ryu's his uppercut would like light up and stuff. Those were always fun. So here we go. We are at the silver arrow right now. And all that's left is to go and find Gannon and defeat him. The silver arrow is very much needed, so definitely make sure that you don't go and track Gannon without it. Without it, you're going to have a pretty hard time. You're not even going to be able to defeat him. There we go. Get rid of that guy. Go back the way we came. And we'll go get Gannon. Now, where is he? We obviously don't need any of these keys or anything like that. They're not going to be necessary. Obviously, because we're just running through it. It's not going to be a lot of anything that we need, pretty much. I want to get to the guy and defeat him. And then save the princess. And then we'll be able to go on our second quest. Which, like I said, you know, like that'll be like another time. If you did want to play the second quest, all you had to do was, you know, put your name as Zelda in the beginning when it asked you to put your name down. And you would just, you know, play the second quest immediately. Okay. Now these guys we gotta take out. I remember doing that a lot, though. I remember, like, a lot of games had second quests back in the day. Super Mario Brothers had the second quest where, like, all the enemies were harder afterwards. I'm actually playing it on the Game & Watch that they got, that they came up with, and it's pretty wild, like, trying to get through that game. Alright, we're almost through this. Getting killed over here. Time to take my other potion. And it's gonna take like a long time because look at this. Unreal. Now I'm just running back and forth. What am I doing? We'll take this guy out, go down this staircase. Should bring us somewhere else we need to be. Another one of these patches. So annoying. Take this guy out. Come on, there we go. The door is open, and now we're gonna go and battle Gannon. So we'll get that silver arrow ready. And what's gonna happen is we're gonna have to hit him. You look scared. We're gonna have to keep swinging that sword until like you connect with him. And I believe you gotta hit him 3 times, and then you'll be able to use the silver arrow, which is what's gonna defeat him. There we go. There's one. Come on, dude. The annoying part here is that, like, you really have to just keep going until like you hit him. There's two. He's looking goofy there. Come on. One more time and then he'll stop, he'll turn red, and then you're able to hit him with the silver arrow. There we go. And he's gone. And he dropped this part of the Triforce, and now you can save the princess. There we go. And now you are the hero of Hyrule. And that's all there is to it. That ends the first part of the story. The next part of the story is gonna be, you know, like the second quest. And that's all there is to that. So, that's all there is to that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please make sure you like and subscribe. It helps this channel out an awful lot. As always, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, take care, be good, stay safe, take care of each other. See you guys all in the next one.